मतलब ठीक था, but इतना बुरा नहीं था जितना हो सकता है, but it wasn't great. It wasn't like हाँ मैं जाके रिसाइड करूंगा हर जगह.
Tell me something, what's happening in during the lockdown now that इतने टाइम से हम लोग घर पे हैं, so what's been up on your side, what you've been doing for the fans, and anything new that you've written or something?
Uh, I've been writing actually. I was working on my album and stuff. The album also got delayed because of this whole COVID situation because no studio has been open. Shooting hasn't happened. So, it's just everything is just like whatever that was planned before this Corona thing happened, just got back so much. And but I'm working on and doing whatever I can in the meantime. Um, so yeah, it's general work. It's just that we don't have events and stuff going on right now, and the traveling and all of that is not happening. But yeah, I think we'll kind of get back to it whenever we do. But till then, we're just making music at home.
Tell me something कि when you started तब आपका what was the genre you were looking at when you were when you started, and now has the focus changed or the idea of the rap changed for you over the years?
No, not really. I think back then also it was rap. It was the thing is that people don't know so much, or people have got to know about hip hop and rap so much now, and not back then. So
Yeah.
after this, I think there are a few rappers in the scene who have been around since then, and not many, but there are, and they'll all tell you that the focus was always this. This was always the focus in terms of we always thought that we'd work our way to this point, but you never know how long it takes and how much time it takes for people to actually come around. I was told so many times that hip hop will never be a thing in India. You know, back then
Yeah.
people just like it's a passing fad and it won't happen, and you know like we're not a country for hip hop, but it's all been like proved wrong, I feel. And I think it's just how it is, and I'm so happy that there is a huge hip hop scene now, and I'm happy that that there are so many rappers and there's so many of them doing well, no matter where it is and what they're doing. So yeah, I think it's a good scene.
People are giving you so much love. Even now I can hear, like I can read out comments saying
I
that
can't see the comments for some.
that your songs are addictive. People are sending you thumbs up and love struck signs.
Yeah,
What not?
nice,
Yeah.
thank you.
How all of this is that a, is does it create a pressure or a responsibility towards always delivering the best?
Of course, I don't want to put out something that people won't appreciate that much. That pressure is always there. But I think there are a lot of other pressures also, in some ways people will say that, if you do one thing, then you become repetitive. But at the same time, if you do something else, they'll say, oh, this is not what we like you for. So it's a fine balance, and how you have to go about it is really the challenge. How do I introduce new music and do new music at the same time? How do I stay true to what I do and why people like me? So that's the real challenge. And I actually have a song coming out soon, maybe in the next 10 days. I'll announce it in the coming week, um, where I've tried to like sort of get out of this one zone and try and go into another zone. And I mean, I don't know how people will receive it, but it's just as an artist as well, I think we need to sort of look at different um, different ways of expressing ourselves and not get bored with what we're doing. You know.
I also want to understand that when you write, is it more of your experiences and what's going around, or you have a political angles to it as well? What draws you to the writing part?
Political, you mean in general, politics in general?
General, what's happening around in the country?
Uh,
That
so
influence whatever
that's
you.
kind of how I started. To be um, It started with me being socio-political, doing socio-political rap and sort of talking about what's going on in our country and all of that. Um, but I also feel at the same time, I think it's a fine balance, because a lot of people, um, tell you that you should do these kind of tracks and stuff. But I also see that people are not very, uh, they don't stick to that. If suppose, I'll give you an example. If I make a song today on, um, whatever, on COVID, suppose, right? um, the song remains relevant till COVID stays relevant. You know what I mean? Um, though I feel like corruption and government apathy and all of that stuff is everlasting, sort of. Um, but at the same time, I feel like it is still very specific, and people don't listen to it recreationally. And the sad truth is that people and songs that you make that are general and not like people can listen in recreational sort of environments are the songs that work. And that's it is how it is. I mean, I would love for really heavy socio-political and real content to work, but that's not how it is. So I feel like it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. I feel that we need to make more songs like that, but I also feel like the audience doesn't receive it as well as other songs. Yeah.
And if I have to ask that, if you can make one change in the industry right now, in the music industry scenario, what that change would be?
Uh, in the music industry, I would probably, I don't know. I don't actually. I can't talk about the music industry in general. I can talk about, or I don't want to rather, because I'll keep it specific to hip hop. I feel like hip hop. There is a lot of at this moment, because there is whatever's been happening really. Um, I think there needs to like people need to just calm down with their fanaticism in terms of liking rappers and liking there are people that will like me and be very hard-headed about it. There'll be people who like another rapper and be very hard-headed about it. And I think that's where I think our industry kind of lacks, because outside of this country, so rap is like very competitive in nature, right? So every rapper is saying that they are the best rapper, um, and you can challenge someone or do whatever you want, right? But my thing is that when this happens, fans might have disagreements amongst each other, but they are not like so like rabid, like, oh my god, this is the only guy and there's no other guy, you know
Yeah.
so, so I think that is a very weird environment in hip hop right now in India, and I think it's a growing process. I mean, it's fine, but I think that is what needs to change. People need to start like just like opening their mind up a little more and just being open to other stuff and other artists.
But how do you handle criticism or the hate, to put it in a blunt way, that comes to you? How do you handle that?
Um, Actually, the thing is that it's funny. I feel like I am of the opinion that a lot of negativity towards an artist is created by not the artist but by their fans. You know
Ah,
what I mean?
true.
So
Yeah.
I feel like that's really what ends up happening, and I feel and I try and control myself a lot, but sometimes I feel like, just like laughing and doing whatever the other person or these guys are doing, or the other person is doing, or the other rapper is doing. I feel like doing it too. I'm like, hey, like if I was a normal person, I would do this, you know. So I kind of do this, and then people get upset about it, and it's just a vicious cycle. But I really don't mean any like harm by it. I'm just giving people what they want sometimes, and it's not really, it's not, it's I don't hate anybody like that. So it's just playing around, and I'm okay with receiving it also. I know it's part of the package, and I know what I've signed up for. So if I get that hate, then it's fine.
We posted this creative of yours, and there were like hundreds, and I don't know how many comments and likes over, pouring in, talking about what you should talk about, what you should not talk about, all such stuff and instructions from the fans of yours.
Yeah, I think people who listen to me, I don't call them fans, but the people who listen to me, I think they're like, I call them my fam, not my fans. But like, I feel like they understand a lot about me, and they've like been super supportive through this process. And yeah, I think that's what they kind of giving you like the right cues.
So we are ready to hear one rap at least before I go ahead with my questions. If you are ready, we are going to have a rap from your end.
Yeah. So need to do the bag thing. I was trying to actually find the instrumental for it. I thought I'll do the instrumental, but I don't have the instrumental without Divine's part or my part. So I'll just wrap it out. I'll just wrap it out for you. मैं गाया बैग लेके गायब स्टैश लेके पीठ पीछे बात करे आया बैग लेके गुड़गांव में वाड़े चोरे नहीं हटते हैं फैसले से 100 मीटर वाला डैश जब गायब में कैश लेके 2005 से इस खेल में राइड किया लेबल वाली डील को तेरा में साइन किया फिर सपेरे वाली धुन से सांपों को साइड किया अब बनाने लगा रैक्स लगने लगा आए किया रैप में ये बोलते थे स्कोप नहीं है अब आगे पीछे घूमे कृष्णा के जैसे गोपी है लाइनें मेरी डोप पर ये कोक नहीं है सच्चाई तो बस नोट में ही है इंडस्ट्री में दोस्त नहीं है yeah that's it
I
and
love
there's
specifically कृष्णा के पीछे गोपी वाला and industry में दोस्त नहीं है वाला. You tell me how true these two lines are, especially कृष्णा के पीछे गोपी वाला. Tell
it's
me.
not it's not actually कृष्णा के पीछे गोपी it's actually कृष्णा के आगे पीछे घूमे जैसे गोपी है. So I'm talking about like people who used to say कि रैप में स्कोप नहीं है बट अब वो क्योंकि रैप बड़ा हो गया है एंड रैप इज बिकम पॉपुलर दे जस्ट लाइक यू नो like they वो घूमते हैं आसपास because जैसे it's basically it's a double entendre. It doesn't mean what
हाँ.
it and
But I
industry में
asked the literal gopi version, then how that fan following is
Gopi version. There is no version like that. And for the industry में दोस्त नहीं, I mean, it's just industry is the industry. You know, like this, everyone is friends on the face of it, but they kind of behind what's going on. You know, people are competitive. People have different opinions. People might go and talk and say things about you that they won't say to your face. So that's I think it's not only music or it's not only rap. It's general everywhere. So in business also this happens. So
yeah. Someone here has asked, Aryan the Seni is
mm.
asking if rappers are earning enough in our country. What would you say?
I certainly am. I can't talk. I can't say for like everyone else, but I think so. I mean, now is not some time ago when rap was like very tough and people were not getting deals and shows and stuff. Now everyone's getting, not everyone, but people who are established are doing pretty well now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Uh,
good scene.
Okay. So if I ask you that, how do you see industry, rap industry, if I be specific, changed after the movie release of the Gully Boy release and before the Gully Boy release? How has it changed the economic of the entire industry?
Uh, I think I just think it's a lot more attention on hip hop.
Hmm.
It's there is the upside to it and there is the downside to it. Upside is that obviously that the attention point and the fact that now everyone just knows hip hop and knows what rap is.
Yeah.
Downside is that what it does is it creates this whole rush towards something, and that rush can often become like a bubble.
True.
You know, bubbles are temporary. So that was my fear when that movie was happening as well. That it might just become a bubble, and bubbles tend to burst. In India, EDM was a bubble. So EDM, electronic music, became so big, and suddenly it's nowhere. You know,
Yeah.
So that was my fear with hip hop. But I feel like hip hop has just, it's as a genre, even if I see like examples outside of India, it just has this sort of way to mend and mold itself into whatever is going on musically.
Hmm.
I Probably the only genre that has sort of survived the past 30-35 years and now become the biggest genre in the world. And it's done this by, you know what, like, so when electronic was big, there were electronic producers using rappers on their track.
Hmm.
Times there were rock bands that had rap features, so there was rap rock. So rap is like, I think it's just something, rap and hip hop is something that sort of molds its way into any other genre and can be everlasting. I don't think it needs to go out of fashion.
But if I have to ask you what's the right rap or the right way to rap, what would you say? Like, especially for those who are listening to us and who are aspiring rappers, what is the right way of writing a rap and delivering a rap?
Or right way of rapping, I mean, there is no real right way or wrong way of rapping. I think there are a few basics for rap. Some of them are based, your beat, your flow, your what you're saying, how you're saying it. Those things are important. I think as an aspiring rapper, somebody who's just starting out, I think, to be honest, the best thing is to practice, because that is what really makes you find your voice, and your how you are sort of how you are going to deliver. So it's like if I have 2 lines or 4 lines and some other rapper raps the same 4 lines, there should be a difference in how we sort of interpret and deliver those 4 lines.
Yeah.
Makes it, that's what is the individual. So like I have, like, there is a style that I have, like 14 साल मेरी उम्र थी, हाँ पता चला मेरी लिखाई में हुनर थी, हाँ इतने साल मेरे सपनों को कुचल दिया पर गानों से जलाई मैंने कुचर थी, हाँ. So I kind of do this. I'll use some of my ad libs and rhyme my ad libs. Ad libs are like those words at the end, like at the back, and rhyme those with proper words at the end, right? So I do that a lot. I don't know if other rappers do that so much. So I think these things like make people, individuals, different in terms of rap. So I think it's just finding your own voice is what is really, and by voice I mean like all of how you are delivering, what you're delivering. That is important for a rapper.
Tell me, in your journey entirely, how has Raftaar played a role in your career and in life as well?
Raftaar was, so I met him in 2000 and 2000 and I think 16. I think I met him in 2016. Um, and in 2017 I met uh, Ankit, who is obviously partners. So um, so that kind of, so there it began. And funnily enough, our first sort of, after our first interaction, the second or third interaction was actually him coming to shoot a video for me.
Huh.
A song called Woofer and then I'm Ready. So it kind of went from there to there. So it was like a quite a quick sort of, transition from actually meeting him for the first time, and from then to suddenly being, doing a song with him and being in a video with him. So that kind of transition was really quick. And then after that, obviously, we worked quite closely together for now 3 years, and maybe more than 3 years now. And our friendship has also grown, and we talk to each other about stuff generally, aside from rap as well. And yeah, so I think he's helped me in terms of when we did I'm Ready. He was already pretty established and all of that. And I was just returning back to the scene. I just Before that, I had taken a break and I had returned back to the scene. So, like, that kind of obviously helped me in terms of visibility and all of that.
Hmm. Tell me how important it is to, what is your preference? If I would ask, I will put it this way: to be associated with a label or to have a, YouTube channel of your own where you were putting out content that you want to put out?
It honestly it depends on what label you're on and how they're. There's a difference between being an independent label and being a major label. Um, Being an independent label, I think I am free to take my decision in terms of, oh, I want to do this and I want to release it at this time. So I can, it's not like, oh, I have to call this manager and then manager is going to call the CEO and then, it's not like that. I'm actually not even sure if it's like that in major labels anymore. But yes, in major labels, there is a backlog and there is a roster. So there is like, oh, this ka gana release hoga, uska gana release hoga, so there's a schedule and all that. With a smaller setup like ours, there's no real formal way of working. Like, oh, I'm going to send them my song, and are they going to like? Are they going to release it? Then it's not like that because we are mostly always on the same page in terms of what we want to do, the direction we want to go. And you know what? I think there's if an artist works and if an artist is doing well, I don't think, like I heard this in a 50 Cent interview. He said, he was talking about Eminem and he said like when Eminem was selling 100 million, uh, like I don't know, 100 million, 10 million, whatever, 10 million copies, at that point, everyone wants to do what you want to do. They are not concerned about what they want to do. Because you're selling that amount of there, you're working and you're doing that well, everyone is going to come around and want to do what you're doing.
True.
Because feel that what you're doing is working and is right. Right? Those questions arise in situations where when you're unsure and when you don't know what you're doing and or if you're on a major label or it's a very different. I think in today's day and age, kids should not focus so much on, oh, am I going to just have a YouTube channel and that's how I'm going to make this career, or am I going to sign to a label? The thing is that whatever works for you, if you can make money, if you can do this, and if you can support your life doing music, it doesn't matter how you're supporting it, right? You can go to a label, you can do it individually, you can do it independently, you can do it at the indie label, you can do it at a major label, whatever, you know. I think that's an artist's decision to take.
We were talking about Raftaar right here, right now. Why don't you sing something that you have to, any of the rap that you have done with him that you can say it?
Out, but I'm gonna rap it out for you. I'll rap something out for you later, but not this, not anything that I am doing with him. I'm Ready is a old song, so I don't want to go back to it. And
anything new you can make us, like, you can treat the viewer.
Anything new?
Yeah.
I can't hear anything new that I'm doing with him. But there is something like I'm not like so. We have something, and we made a track, and it is coming like really soon. So I think people should wait for it.
But
I think I'm not.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Sorry.
I said I'm not gonna give it away right now.
Oh no, your fans are gonna be upset right now.
No, they're not gonna. They know that whatever will come will be good.
Okay, I need your all the family to tell me a couple of your songs that they want to listen so that I can make you rap right now for us. I can see a lot of comments coming in. Meanwhile, I'll just go back to my questions.
Yeah.
So, I was checking out your work and I was listening to a couple of your tracks. And, I want to understand what does a diss track means. And if you, sorry?
What does a diss track mean?
Yeah. And if you ever felt that it's it's a divergent or diverts you from the main thing that you want to do as an artist.
No, I don't, see, honestly, a diss track. You know what a diss track is, right?
Sort of. I had an idea once I saw a couple of videos.
Yeah, so basically it's like, as I said earlier, hip hop is a sort of competitive sport. And sometimes you just want to, like, if you want to challenge somebody, so you can just, you can say stuff on a track. um that's really what a diss track is.
Okay.
And basically you are going to say, things that people are going to laugh at them about,
Uh,
right?
uh,
So your question was, does it distract from what an artist wants to do?
yeah.
I think, honestly, I think distracts help the best come out of artists, because it's such a pressure situation that I feel like artists put in their best work at that time, and I'm not saying obviously they don't make songs that are going to be everlasting, maybe, they're very specific to that situation, but the writing involved, how much effort they put into it, the delivery, because there's aggression, you're feeling a type of way, so that kind of just puts it in a zone where I think a lot of artists do their best work um, when when a rap battle is happening. Um, I don't think, but like, I know a lot of people would think that, oh, like this track is like so, like, single dimensional and stuff like that. But it definitely gives you sort of practice, and then you can break away from that. After that, nobody's keeping you in that box. I know people want you to do that stuff because controversy sells, but outside of it, you're free to do whatever you want. Now it's just your sort of fans' expectation from you
Uh,
that, oh, you do this. But I think at some point, like especially mine, like, they understand that I have to do other things, you know and it's a slow process. Maybe sometimes they get shocked into it, maybe sometimes they like it, but
uh.
it, I think it's a slow process, and it has to go there, sort of like, to do different things. But I think an artist should balance it out. If he has something on his mind, he should say it, but at the same time, he should do his other stuff as well.
And as an artist, do you like collaborations more, or do you like to do stuff that you want to do, like a solo single tracks?
I like Honestly, I like both, and I like collaborations because it puts you in a uncomfortable zone. Uncomfortable. When I say uncomfortable, I mean it's not your track, so you have to sort of always match up or do better than anyone else,
Yeah.
or seem like you're doing justice to that song.
Uh,
And sometimes what happens is your style does not match the other person's style. So you have to kind of bring your A game and, like, sort of transition into it and do different things and experiment. So I love collabs. But my thing is that I think solos are important for an artist, though, because um, what that does is makes an artist's identity his, if you know what I mean.
okay.
Like, it's individual art identity at the end of the day. So I think both are important in their way, and I enjoy both, but I think solos are more important as tracks.
Hmm. So, can you give us any clue on what sort of rap you're going to release soon for the fans? Any clue, like the genre or the.
So it's no the genre is always going to be hip hop, but as I said earlier, it's a song it's not a very hardcore sounding song. um it's not what people will probably expect. It's a little it's a mixture of, it's a soft plus it has meaning. So I think it's just somewhere in the middle, but it's not like my hardcore stuff. It's not though, that after that, maybe yes, one more track after that, but for now the next track is going to be like that.
Well, I am waiting for a good rap from your end.
So should I just do that, the one I was rapping out, I didn't finish it. Can I rap that out for you?
Sure.
Untitled. Yeah. 14 साल मेरी उम्र थी, हाँ पता चला मेरी लिखाई में हुनर थी, हाँ इतनी बार मेरे सपनों को कुचल दिया, कोई पर गानों से चलाई मैंने कुछ अर्थियां, हसल किया मैंने काम नहीं रोका, मुझे कितनों ने बोला तेरा काम नहीं होगा, पर आज ऐसा कोई नाम नहीं होगा जिसने सुना मेरा काम और सलाम नहीं ठोका, लाया बार्स। मैं तो कभी डरा नहीं बीफ से, कभी भागा नहीं, कभी हटा नहीं पीछे। हाँ ये बोले ये लाएंगे गैंग, मैं बोलूं भाई लान दो जैसे एनरिके। सुनी मैंने भी लोगों की बकवास, वो जो करे 10 बात पर कभी ना सच बात। जाता था मैं स्कूल हाँ लेके 10 पास, सब जहाज में भी बैठूं कभी कभी फर्स्ट क्लास।
Woo! I hope your fans, family, everybody has enjoyed this. Of course, Untitled is one of your popular tracks, as far as I know. The last I heard "Damn" with of you and Raftaar together, and you did this cover for 100, the web series with
Oh yeah,
Raftaar.
that was yeah, that was 400, yeah, but that was not like a song. It was a promo song.
Huh, yeah. So that I heard, and couple of your songs, and couple of this.
What do you think of this culture?
What I think of this culture,
Yeah, in hip hop.
I don't know.
Okay, I guess that's good enough.
I mean, as far as I am a person who loves music, so as far as the music is good, I have no complaints about anything.
All right, that
And with,
makes
sorry.
that makes sense.
So yeah, so I enjoyed even that those this songs of yours because the music was really nice. So I had like good fun while listening to it. Actually, tell me something. Going forward, what kind of rap do you want to explore? Is there something that you want to work on?
What kind of app do I want to explore? I mean, I'm open to do anything. To be honest, it's not very. I'm not being very specific in terms of, oh, this is what I'm going to do and this is not what I'm going to do. Um, I think I have always try to experiment. It's just that some people are now like really viewing me in a certain way. But if you go back into what I have released in the past 2, 3, 4 years, it's all been very different. It's all been some of it has been trap music, which is a little sing song. Some of it has been very hard. So it's just it's I've always tried to experiment, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm not getting stuck in any box.
And how do you see your journey? You've been here for such a long time in the industry. How do you see your growth?
Uh, my journey has been good. I think what what a longer journey does is makes you grounded in what you do. What makes you also sort of good at what you do. So I know what I'm good at. I know what I also know what I'm not good at, right? So it's just it makes you a better, well-rounded artist, I feel. And I think that experience has been great. I mean, I've seen um, rap start from nothing and become this, and I think it's been a privilege to be a part of hip hop in India.
Okay. Now that we are coming to the end of the live, I am going to ask a favor from you.
Yes, tell me.
And that is you have to teach me how to rap right here.
How to rap? Okay, give me 2 sentences.
Oh my god, sentences.
Give me 2 sentences that you can think of.
Okay. Uh, okay. Oh god, this is hard. Okay, first is प्यार कोई खेल नहीं. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why that came to my mind. I'm just telling you. प्यार कोई खेल नहीं. And next is I'm living my life.
I'm living my life. Okay.
दोनों कोई मैच नहीं है. But yeah.
Um, okay, so let's try and you wanna rhyme with the living my life, or do you wanna rhyme with प्यार कोई खेल नहीं है or प्यार कोई खेल नहीं?
चलो प्यार कोई खेल नहीं है से राइमिंग करते हैं.
So प्यार को okay, I'm living my life. कोई खेल नहीं है. So what I'll make of this is
मेरे को डर लगता है बहुत. One of the best in our country is going to teach me rap, and I'm going to be really bad at it. I am scared.
ये two lines that are coming to my mind. So it's like I'm living my life. प्यार कोई खेल नहीं है, मेरे पास है बहुत बार्स, पर ये कोई जेल नहीं है. So this is
Ooh.
bars. Bars are like lines of rap. So it's a count. So it's like I'm living my life. प्यार कोई खेल नहीं है, मेरे पास है बहुत बार्स, पर ये कोई जेल नहीं है.
Okay, I am going to repeat it. क्या था?
I'm living my life. प्यार कोई
I प्यार कोई खेल नहीं है.
मेरे पास है बहुत बार्स,
मेरे पास है बहुत बार्स,
पर ये कोई जेल नहीं है.
पर ये कोई जेल नहीं है. आई एम लिविंग माई लाइफ, प्यार कोई खेल नहीं है. मेरे पास है